Hello, everyone. It's Annette. This is In the Know 360, bringing you unfiltered stories, game, and exclusive drops from the next wave of stars. And now you're locked into In the Know 360, where real conversations meet raw talent. Let's go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Know 360, show hosted by me, Annette, the warm-hearted warrior diva. This show gives you insights on the journeys of high-achieving business owners and music artists and artists in general. So much for joining me, Miss Ice.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. And oh my goodness, I looked at your just everything you do. You wear a bunch of hats, and I'm I'm gonna hand the mic over to you, ma'am, so you can tell the audience who you are, what you do. You're just fabulous.
Yes, so I'm a singer pianist. Um, for me, growing up, a singer pianist writes and creates their own music. I heard Elton John talk about how he composes all of his songs because he plays the piano more or less. And I assumed every pop star in the whole world did that. So when I say singer pianist, I've come to realize people assume I'm singing and playing something somebody else wrote. No, it came off of me, with the exception of a couple songs, but you know.
Wow. Okay. That's. I mean, wow. And so I'm assuming I shouldn't assume you read sheet music.
Yeah, I read. I'm intermediate level. People always assume I'm this super advanced musician just because I use a couple of words, I say pianissimo and all this stuff. Oh, we don't read. I'm like, okay, just one. It's just one word. I don't know every
Right.
word. So yeah, I'm just an intermediate level pianist. Yeah.
Well, I really enjoy your music. From what I'm hearing, it gives me a little bit of like the '80s feel too. I don't know.
Mhm.
I grew up like with Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, and the Jets, and just a whole bunch of different genres too. So
Mhm.
I guess I'm my '80s, '90s. Anyway, but what got you into music? What got you into this whole journey? How did it
Well,
start?
so my family, I come from a family of musicians on my mother's side. So all the women sing and play the piano. So that's what we all do. My grandmother even sang and played the piano. Now she did it by ear, like playing the piano. And she was so well known in the community. She also performed in Hollywood for a short time in the 20s, 30s. Yeah, 20s, 30s. She even sang at the Hollywood Bowl. So my mom, she was in a singing group with her sisters in the 50s. And then it was just automatic, and I loved it. I loved it. I hear my mom told me I was singing before I could talk. And my mother would play Marian Anderson, and she said I loved Marian Anderson when I was a baby. Um, she said like I would try to sing along to Marian Anderson. So music has just always been a part of my life. It's who I am. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you were probably even singing in her tummy.
Well,
Uh,
my mom, she's a teacher too, so and she can teach all subjects, and she did music too, but she'll also play Michael Jackson for her students. And it's funny because and she played records even though it was past that era, she would still buy records and play them for our class, and they could pick one, and they were always picking Michael Jackson, and I'm one of his biggest fans.
wow.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song, Michael Jackson?
Well, sometimes it's been, but I have, he made so many good songs.
Hmm.
Who is it is a good song. Um, yeah, well, his Dangerous album, I really liked his Dangerous album. So I was just thinking of different songs on Dangerous. That's one of his good albums. Like all his albums are good, but I like that one. So yeah, I guess you could say just the songs from the Dangerous era.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Wow. Yeah, so that's good that you were around with astute singers and you came from a musical background. Uh, what I guess instrument was it the piano when you first started, or was it the vocals?
It was both because everyone has a piano in my family.
Hmm.
So it's there, and then my mother gives piano lessons. My Both of my aunties give piano lessons. They both give piano and voice lessons. So I was always around, and it's funny because when my mom is older now, so she has arthritis. She doesn't play often. But one of her last students, um, my mom said, "Oh, well, come in here and show her how to play this song," because she was having problems. And then she said, but I didn't hear her. So, but when I walked past, I happened to walk past to go to the kitchen. And she said, "Well, you played it beautifully that time. What was different?" She said, "Oh, your daughter walked by and I didn't want to make a mistake in front of her." So sometimes my mom will use me as an example to play some of the songs that her students were learning, since I was learning from the books anyway.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm
Mhm.
sure that you were a great role model for the youth, besides her. And so that really helps inspire because when they see a young person actually doing it, they're like, oh, yeah, I could do it too. So
Yeah.
shout
But
out
you know
to
what's
your
funny?
mom.
They inspired me. My auntie, she always had students that love to sing. And I'm telling you, there's a difference with singers because she's teaching them opera and all that, but they all want to sound like Lauryn Hill. They all want to sound like she's a big one. People still want to sound like Lauryn Hill. And
Hmm.
her students would inspire me. Like some
Wow.
of my biggest influence were my auntie's students coming up. She would teach at schools, even summer arts programs, and I would be there and I would be watching, just like, wow. She had this one student, I would be in awe whenever she performed, so a
Wow.
lot of times the other students would inspire me.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, it's really interesting, and you need that buddy system. I feel back and forth motivation because you're motivating each other as a team. So that's
Mhm.
I feel it's important. So your sugar, right? It's such a vibrant, catchy track. What was the inspiration behind it, and how did the concept come about?
So I was working at so I was recording at a studio a different
Uh,
song, and I felt like the audio engineer, like we weren't here, he didn't get where I was coming from. So I wanted to try something new, and then I thought about it and I said, you know what, I'll come back with a something else. But he happened to make beats. So when I listened to the beats, I kind of understood him as an artist more and what he likes to
mm,
do. So he likes to sample and those types of things. So I listened to some of his songs and some of his beats, and one of his beats, he actually has two tracks named Sugar. And he thought I meant the other track, but it was that one. He said, "Oh, that one's not for sale." And I'm like, "But that's the one I fell in love with." So I got that track. I did some changes to it, simply just because sometimes when you're an artist, things get too artsy.
uh,
So it was an awesome collaboration because his track is definitely very lo-fi. And I wanted to do something fresh. I want to do something new because I do pop music, but I don't always just dabble in every subgenre.
mm,
So I wanted to do it then. And then when I started writing, like when I started thinking about the song, I couldn't help but think of this guy, who
mhm.
I guess I was stuck on at the time. Um, and
Yeah,
I said his name in the song. If you can listen really carefully, and then I just started singing about him. So, and what that situation was, it's like you're not gonna say nothing, so you don't see me. Bye. You
mm.
know.
Yes, and I'm glad that you're creating songs like this because as a woman, and I'm sure a lot of women out here can relate into this whole relationship thing, right? It's so
Yeah.
like I feel you. Like I can definitely relate.
Yeah.
It's so good to put your artistry and your emotions into your song. It gives people inspiration, you know what I mean, to come up
Yeah.
and to rise up to the occasion when need be.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because no one ever takes my song to mean it the way that you just said it. Because people are always like, it's so bittersweet. And I guess it is. But for me, it's also playing that game because if I give you the chance, and then you pretend like you didn't catch it. Okay, I give you another chance. You acting like you didn't catch it. Then I gotta say, oh well, you don't see me. Bye.
Right?
Like yeah, so I do want people to see it a little bit more empowering. That doesn't mean the situation doesn't make you sad, but you got to get up, and keep on going. Because half the time, if you really are that open and you're giving like just straight signals like that, and they're not gonna find nobody like that. So you can be confident about that.
Right?
That happens once every blue moon for people,
Mhm.
So
It's a no, you said it. Oh my gosh. I love the way you said it because it's raw, right? I
yep,
mean, we are sometimes captivated by the individual. Oh, hey, what's going on, Miss Kia?
I miss
Thank you for
you.
joining us. Um, we get so captivated, and maybe it's an illusion from this person that we feel like, oh, he's my soul, my twin flame, or my blah blah blah, my boo thing, my my future, my my future whoever. But we really don't know. And I believe I'm an action person. So like if I put the bait out there, you know what I mean? And you don't like take the bait or you don't reciprocate, then that's the answer. You know,
Yep, exactly. That's the answer. That's
right?
the answer. But you gotta be smooth. Well, you don't see me.
Yeah. Right? Right? And then
Yep.
look, and then when you blow up or you starting to elevate, right? Because it's all about frequency. I believe this is just a net soapbox. I believe
Hmm.
it's about frequency. I believe if the other person isn't aligned where you are in life, because we elevate, it's like an up and down thing. Um, then they're not reciprocating that because of your frequency and your light. And I'm like this, well, like you said, oh, well, it is what it is. And that person probably came into your life to either teach you something or just to help you to develop or show you a potential, what your potential mate will look like. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep.
Like, oh,
Cause,
okay.
Cause that boy was fine.
Mhm.
That boy was fine. I known him for a long time. So him being fine wasn't nothing new. But it's
Right?
like, well, I know you like me, so I ain't got no problem with that. you passed that. You passed that department. Like that guy, perfect 10.
Right?
Like putting nothing less. All that's there. So yeah, the potential mate can possibly look like that, only better, which is that's gonna be hard, but
You never
I
know.
did learn something. I learned I have a type. You know,
Mhm.
I never noticed it before, but I do. All right, I'll be quiet about that.
No, no,
I'll
you know what's so funny? I'm glad that we talking about this. I know, I know it's more about your music journey, but hey, it's relationship, it's life, right? In general journey. And honestly, I feel like this. It's the way the universe I feel and God works, it's hilarious to me because
Mm,
you may think that person is your person, but right
mm.
around the corner, you don't even know. And it's like, boop, you run into somebody else, and it's like, oh, okay, now I know why I wasn't with that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, okay. And then you start to like back it up a little bit because oh, this guy, he's very gentlemanlike. He opens the door. Like all the stuff that you manifest or you wrote down in your journal or your diary or whatever. And you're like, wow, I didn't even ask for this, but it's here. So I believe, I'm a hopeless romantic anyway, but I believe that there's a time and place, and when it's the right time, when it's divine time, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
kind of helps you with that whole de-stressing, because when you put it in the forefront in your mind all the time, it's like it's there, it's nagging, you know what I mean? But when
Mm-hmm.
you take it out of your mind and just set it aside, everything flows because you're not stressed thinking about it. You're just into your music, you're into your beauty, you're loving yourself. And hey, anyway, I can ramble on. Look, don't talk about relationship stuff because we be here all night.
Well, that's the song. It's the song. It's a relationship song. So.
Right. So, okay, your music blends right with pop, R&B,
Mm-hmm.
soul. Um, do you have like a specific process for choosing the genre elements to include in your track?
No, it never works out that way. If I go in, I mean, I know how to. Like, if somebody's like, "Hey, need a song for this, pays this much." Oh yeah, I can do that. Um, but when I create music, it's better for it to just flow out of me. Normally when it flows out, it's a doo-wop sounding song. Like that's kind of like my thing. It normally flows to sound doo-woppy. I like doing other subgenres of pop, but um, it's not normally intentional.
Mm.
It's not normally intentional, so it just I like to let it flow. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, give us a example. You're going up on stage, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have your music or your track set in your mind. Do you like have it orchestrated in your mind like this is going to be the first song, the second song, or do you have it pre-planned when you go on stage?
Uh yeah, so it's definitely pre-planned, but I will say, because I'm a musician, I do read the room sometimes. I'm not always able to read the room because with tracks, I can't just tell all DJs aren't okay with that. Like, hey, let's do this track. And everybody's not gonna be okay with that. But sometimes when I do accompany myself or I have a musician with me, say, nah, let's ixnay on that sad music, like, right. And sometimes I switch it up, and that's why it's good to, when you rehearse, do some other covers. Like, I don't usually do shows where I'm doing a bunch of covers, but sometimes they could come in handy for the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, sometimes the crowd, like, there's this restaurant where they do this show that I do periodically. It's a restaurant, so people aren't, even though they have the stage set up, people don't come there for a good show. They
Mhm.
come there to get something to eat. They don't want to hear me get up there singing sad stuff, so I like to switch it up. Sometimes I'll do a Michael Jackson song or something different if I'm able to, because sometimes you got to read the room and there might be kids there. Kids, I figure kids like sugar because it sounds like uh, um, a music box.
Mm.
So sometimes, that one's a good one to do first if there's lots of children. Stuff that you can snap your fingers to, but my music, it does get artistic. So I have lots of sad songs. um, you know, uh whew, sometimes they get a little deep. And
Mhm.
luckily, there's one song I do called It's the One. No one's gotten sad about it. One of my first industry experiences, I got, so I've only been booed one time. I was a teenager. And it was because some man forced me to go up there. It was like, I was like, no, 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 I'm not singing right now. I dropped out of the chorus and all of that stuff. But this man had it in his mind that I was going to be a star if I went up there and I sang a song. And it made everyone stop and look at me. But because I rap in the song, rap is different from every other genre. The second you mess up and they can tell, man, rap is just a whole different eye on you. So I was singing, but when I got to the rap part, I was like, okay, she got it. Now I messed up a verse and I looped back to the chorus because, and then when they figured that out, they was like, nah, like, and then so I came back the next week. I hired a choreographer and I did my real stuff because he forced me to do that. That was just the first song that came to my mind. And then everybody, they wanted to copy my style and all of that stuff. But there was a guy who was there the first time. He said, hey, I'm doing another show where we showcase artists, you know, their records. And he wanted me to play that sad song. And then people got so angry and some people walked out.
Wow.
A lot of it is because I'm a female and I was rapping on that song. That had to do with it. I don't really match the sad song. Like, you meet me, I'm like, hi, you know, but my friend told me the next day, he was like, there was a girl that was sitting in the back of the club and she was crying.
Wow.
Like when she heard your song. So yeah, like, I kind of forgot your question.
Oh no, you're fine. I like the story.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Sometimes it's reading the room. I feel like as an artist, it wasn't about reading the room at that particular show. But when I do shows, if I have musicians, I try to read the room and like maybe not start off with that one. You know? Yeah.
That's so true. I mean, unless it's probably depending on the I guess the atmosphere, if it's like a jazz blues type of thing, right? They have this, and I don't know if it's still here, but in Miss Keely, correct me if I'm wrong. Blues Alley, I think it probably shut down. It's in Georgetown, D.C., Washington D.C. But they have like where a lot of the blues and jazz folks come in, and so with I'm just thinking Billie Holiday. I don't know. I've been on this Billie Holiday mindset lately, but her songs really gets you emotional. That's from a personal, my personal opinion, and just the lyrics. If you listen to her lyrics, it's like, wow, that was the relationships that she's had.
Yeah.
It's really deep. But we won't go there because
no, but I like Billie Holiday. Yeah. You know, she had a lot of class, and I feel like she doesn't get the respect that she should get, even though she's one of the most popular. You know, there are lots of documentaries and literature out there that kind of dismiss her a little bit, but they only mention her because they kind of have to. But that woman, I believe she handled her life with such grace and with such class. I mean, some of that stuff, like especially being a musician who's an adult now, because I grew up being a musician, a lot of that stuff I can see straight through. It's like, okay, she was somebody's girlfriend and I mean, I don't want to get into it. This is my opinion. It's like that person was white and he didn't do his job as a man, so she made him look bad in the press. All right, I get it. Like, but I can understand and I can relate, maybe to not to the extent that she could. But if somebody's supposed to be your man, what you got me here for? You're gonna make me sit in the back and all of that stuff, but in private it's something different. She handled her. I love Billie Holiday. Yeah. It's not just her music and of course her beauty. She's absolutely stunning. But the way she handled life, and I think she was patient with a lot of what she went through. I've heard so many stories and different takes on her life, from the outside looking in through documentaries and recordings and interviews. I have an immense amount of respect for her. She's a sweetie pie and I love her. Yeah. And so many people do copy off of Billie Holiday and forget to mention that. They forget to mention. You trying to sound just like Billie Holiday.
Yeah.
It ain't natural. You heard Billie Holiday, and
Uh-huh.
that's all you know now.
And you know that's funny that you mentioned that because she has a unique look too in her
Yeah,
design and her outfits and just her demeanor. I don't know. And she's yeah.
I know. You know, when I was in jazz class, they said back because I learned jazz from actual jazz musician. They said a lot of that stuff, like we didn't see that. Like she said, our generation sees that.
Mhm.
But a lot of times she had to darken up, and they were people didn't want her the way she actually looked. She was too pretty,
Yeah.
and they didn't want that. You know, and like that's an insult. Imagine having to go through that. Like this is just the way I look. Like and
Yeah.
like yeah, she had to darken up. And I actually saw a record. It's worth $1,000, I think, but like it's not really. It's her, but they blackened her face and her hands. You know what I'm saying? And it's like at some point, this is ridiculous.
Right.
Because it's like, come on, everybody knows who she is. Everyone's influenced by her. And she's even said it herself, that she knew somebody that didn't want to have her on the show, but
Mhm.
they know her in person when she needs the publicity.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember learning about Billie Holiday from different people throughout my
Mhm.
life. And I'm so happy that I got to learn about her music and
Yeah.
her as a person. And once again, I have so much tremendous respect for her. And I love her
Yes.
so much.
Me too. And it's funny because a lot of people are taking, like you said, her style today. And
Hmm.
this is really interesting to see history repeat itself. Um, well, moving on, right? You've been described as a visual storyteller. How, how do visuals play a role in your melody?
Well, that's definitely a compliment that people say. And that's, I appreciate the compliment because when you write, you can only hope that they understand where you're coming from.
Hmm.
And for some people, they see a visual with it. And so you can only hope that they like it and that they understand it.
Mm.
So I appreciate the compliment. Yes, someone did say that about my music recently. So yeah, and I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah.
I'd like to say thank you to that. You know.
Yes. I mean, I also see like I don't know who's doing your reels if you're the one that's creating it. I really like the artistry behind it, the and how you create your pieces, your covers. I don't know, but like I was looking at it, I was like, oh, okay, this is very nice. So, do you
Thank
come up with?
you.
You're welcome. Do you come up with the concepts of your covers and?
Not the graphical concept, but the pictures. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah, doing the photo shoots and trying to show what I want shown. But also too, what I've learned because I'm open to working with professionals and others, sometimes what you create as an artist, someone might get it, but sometimes it takes something different. So it may not have been your vision,
Hmm.
but people might click with the stupidest photo from your photo shoot and then they get it. It's crazy that it happens like that sometimes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
Pertaining to a specific song or just
Not just a song, but just in general. Like it could be through photos and social media or just anything that is visual. Sometimes it's not the one. I feel like people do connect, but I think that there's a difference between a poster and you
uh,
connect with a poster, and then you connecting with when you're scrolling and you see a nice picture.
hmm.
I think sometimes there's a difference. Sometimes, and yeah, I think that my ideas are good, but working with someone who can take my ideas to the next level
Mhm.
It's like 'cause sometimes I don't get it, and I was like, that photo. But guess what? My fans were like, "Oh man, this inspired me." Really, a picture with me just going like that? You
Wow.
got inspired. You got when the other ones, I'm like, like I'm really trying to get you. But the one where I kicked my leg up and I'm trying to look at the camera, like you connected with that. But I understand that. Well, this is why I work with this person so that they can get my point across.
Mm.
So yeah, it's shocking, and that's why sometimes you gotta take a step back and just let them like, oh well, whatever photo you want. Now that you know it work, whatever photo you want, because I love this one. But if you think the other one's gonna work, use that.
Yeah, usually, it's funny. Usually, that also happens. I mean, between photos and also songs, because you might be like, "Oh, this song is all right," but you're thinking this other song's like, "Yes, everybody's gonna love it," right? This one I keep hearing from artists too, other artists, and the song that you're like, it really picked up. Have you had that experience?
Yeah. Ooh, you know. Well, since I started saying it, I'll finish it. But what really sucks is when you're an artist and you do your music and all of this, and somebody who can't sing get up there
Mhm.
just singing a heart, woo, and everybody's like, oh, that was the best thing I've ever heard, and they cry. I'm like, are you serious? That person didn't even practice before they came. But
Uh-uh.
you sit up there crying, you never know. And you never know. And it's not to down anyone else. It's like sometimes you put in all the work, you wake up early, you do your vocal warm-ups, you study the Billie Holidays, you study
Mhm.
Edgar Allan Poe, you
Mhm.
study, you write. People tell you it's gifted, you're gifted. Keep at it. Everybody, they give you valid criticisms. People give you valid praise. And you pay the $1,200 at the studio. You use the ADAT tape. You use all of this, and you do it. And hey, you might get an applause. You might get a couple claps. But the guy that didn't put no effort in nothing, get up there. Oh, you're my hero. No, that's an insult that breaks your heart as an artist. So
Right.
things like that happen too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Was it one person or was it multiple people?
I'm referring
You
to one. I'm referring to some. Though this is something that happens a lot. I was. There's just one time that was sticking out to me in my
oh.
mind. It was a neighbor.
Mm.
Both neighbors. Ugh. And it's like this man was just singing to be singing. And it's like
Mhm.
this woman is, oh, like, oh my God, you are crazy. He's not even a singer. He was just singing along to a
Wow.
song in his headphones, and she's crying. That's the most beautiful. And of course, he's like, oh, really? Well, it's like you crazy. Like, but you also gotta remember too, like in this business, sometimes people do that in front of you to
Right.
insult you. Like they're just
Mm.
being nasty. It's not about if you was
Right.
really good or bad. They just want to find ways to get under your skin.
And so was it just one individual that was clapping for that person, or was it like a lot of people
Well,
clapping for
that
that one?
that person had a husband, so of course he gonna just agree with
Oh,
everything she said.
of course.
And there was somebody else there, and they started chiming in, but it was ridiculous. Like,
Right. That's funny. That's really interesting. You just never know why the intention was there behind the
yeah,
clap, or were they really sincere, or were they just like their
yeah,
cheerleader? That's
yeah.
fun. That's hilarious. Wow, thanks for sharing that. That's very intriguing. Um, moving on, who are some of your biggest musical influences, and how do they show up in your sound or performance?
Judy Garland. Um,
Ah.
yeah, so she's one of my earliest influences that I can remember. My
Okay.
mom says my earliest influence was Marian Anderson, but when I was old enough, it's Wizard of Oz over and over, nonstop. Dorothy, Dorothy, the Wizard of Oz, the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy. My auntie bought me a music box
Uh-huh.
uh, with Judy Garland as Dorothy spinning around in the jewelry box, and I would cry. I would wind it up and I just
Oh.
cry because I love it so much. And then one day my auntie asked me, "Do you want to sing this song? You want me to teach you how to sing?" I said, "Yes, yes, I want to sing." And I get on top of the piano bench because I was too short to look at the music,
Uh-huh.
and I was just singing. And I just love singing over the rainbow. And
Uh-huh.
I had a keyboard, and so she did a recording of so she hit record and played it so I could practice with it, and I carried that keyboard everywhere I went, singing along and
Aw.
practicing. Sometimes you don't consider it practicing, you're just singing.
Right.
And I ended up singing that song for people, and then I sang it at my preschool graduation. And
Oh.
it was crazy because I had my own pianist. And
Wow.
and I rehearsed with him and everything. It's like I'm four, you know. And I have my rehearsal. I'm like, okay, yeah, just like that. Like,
Oh,
and I was
wow.
just off in my own world, like, yeah, Judy Garland.
Yes, I love. Oh, wow. Okay. So, did you get the red shoes, the red sparkly
I
shoes?
didn't have the red shoes until I was an adult. Because one day I saw them in a store. I said, "Whoa, I gotta get those."
Right?
And you know that the nerve to charge like $80, $90, but I
Oh,
bought it because like that was
right.
when you think money grows on trees still. So
Right.
I think I had just turned 18 when I saw those shoes, so I bought them, and they were too tight, and I don't understand why.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so yeah, I wear them sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where they are now, but yeah, I think she shows up in my music sometimes because
Mhm.
sometimes my fans so sometimes fans, they know a little bit about music,
Uh-huh.
so and they can't always explain what they mean. But there was one fan who said something about like range. And the
Uh-huh.
song he was talking about, there was no range. I wasn't using any range. So what is he talking about? So I listened to it and I said, "Oh, he hears Judy Garland."
Ah.
So, like, I think a lot of musicians, particularly female singers who are American, I feel like they are influenced by Judy Garland. I just think that they probably don't remember to say that they're influenced by Judy Garland.
Mhm.
But I think that it's there in my voice, particularly when I sing my lower notes.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's there. I love her so much, but I don't listen to her repeatedly because she makes me cry. She's one of those singers that
Yeah.
she really gets you right here, and I just start crying.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sometimes crying is good, but not all the time, right?
Well, yeah, you don't want to. You don't want
Right.
to just put on a song and start crying. It's just her voice. She's singing from her heart and her soul.
Yeah. It's very
Even when she
rare.
was a little girl, she was just singing with all her heart and soul. Just no flat notes, man. No
Mm.
off key, no out of
Mhm.
tune. That woman was beyond gifted and talented and skilled. She has it
Mhm.
all. I love Judy Garland. That woman is wonderful. Everything
Mhm.
about her is wonderful.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
love it. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you wear so many hats, right? We spoke about this earlier. You're singer, songwriter, pianist, performer. You work with the church. It's like with
Yeah.
all those skills, right? What has your journey looked like in regards to balancing everything?
Some of it comes natural.
Uh-huh.
So I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm very lucky. So when I was coming up in school, I think they still do this in schools. Sometimes private organizations, they come to teach a class, maybe a 3-week course. And one of those classes was a marketing class when I was in uh, fourth grade or
Mm-hmm.
fourth or fifth grade. Um, they taught us marketing. So, so like, yeah, they wanted to just keep, their ultimate goal, I guess, was to teach us about marketing so that we don't get manipulated by the media.
Uh-huh.
And I think that so some of that plays a role into what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just music in general, we all have a media of where we listen to music. So some people listen to records, tapes, CDs, MP3s, YouTube, streaming services. Some people use other devices, right? So whatever video, visual. Some people watch music videos on television. And that has influenced me too because I like to record music
Mm-hmm.
um, for personal reasons. And apparently, one day I'm sitting at the television studio because I used to work at a television studio. I still visit them. And one day I realized I'm pressing stop, play, record, and of course, some other switches. And I'm basically doing the same thing I've been doing my whole life: stop, record, play.
Right.
The only difference is I'm fading to other cameras. Like, and then I looked at the producer. I said, I've been doing this since I was little. Like, just hitting play and record and stop. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's the same thing. So yeah, it
That's
just comes. Some things come naturally or out of necessity. So now, out of necessity, I kind of have to produce my own stuff because who else is going to do it? I have to
Mhm.
market my stuff because who else is going to do it? And I got to be honest with you, when you know a little bit yourself, you kind of know who's a scam.
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, because I was watching, I forget what this artist's name was, but she is so like on point when it comes to both music and business. And she said I mean, it was a whole tutorial of what to do and what not to do, and how she got duped a couple of times. I think from I'm not going to name any platforms, but a couple of platforms out here where they're like, okay, I'm gonna put my music on such and such platform. She never received the monies for it, this, and then all of a sudden, I believe, I don't know why. You know how like you get these I guess messages from the platform saying, look, your music is not copyrighted or something like that. And it was her music. And they took it out without they took her music, everything down, because they thought that she wasn't the person that sang the song with the visual, everything. Like they took it all down, and yeah, it was a hot mess. But she was like helping artists, and this is what you're supposed to do, and how like her journey. It's a lot that goes into it. A lot of money budget that goes into creating your visuals, right? And she was like, if I would have known this, I would have just, because her first visual, they had to take it down, so she had to go up for another one, but it was outdoors and it was less costly. And she says sometimes the outdoor, the nature or whatever is less costly than indoor, and you have to do all these different behind the scenes sets and stuff, and videography, whatever the case may be. And there are a lot of people like that one better than the one that she had to pay. So it's kind of like using what you have, right? I believe in using what you have to get to where you need to get to. You know what I
Yep.
mean? What's your thought process? Have you had any visuals that was maybe kind of like the what I described, where it worked out
Yeah.
better with a low
Yeah.
budget
So,
as opposed to?
hmm yeah. So I had a television show called Birthday Drama, and a lot of the scenes were outdoor for that purpose, like natural lighting. And I got to be honest with you, some of the places we would visit, they happen to have a lot of fluorescent, like big lights there. So everything looked really good. But also being spontaneous, so improvisation, you can learn that as an actor, but it can help you in your everyday life too. So even when you're producing something like a television show, like that comes in handy. You say, let's film it here instead. Let's do, you have to move and you have to be fluid in that process, be open to moving things around and stuff like that, because I think one of the first formal scenes on my show, like we rented this whole space and all of the actors did not show up, only one. And of course, my family was there.
Oh.
And I had all this food, and it's like, yikes. And then the actor did not want to take the food with them. But then we went outside and we got some scenes out there. Sometimes it's cheaper to just, and a better idea to just film at a park or go somewhere like that, because, hey, if no one shows up, it doesn't matter. You're in beautiful nature. And if two of your actors are there, cool. So yeah, just I can relate to the filming in nature and stuff like that. It does get tiring, doing everything yourself. And also too, archiving your footage can get confusing. So yeah, I filmed a video like that, but I only did it because someone at the studio wanted me to submit something to their film festival. So I did a music video and I tried to take it down off of YouTube, but a few people re-uploaded it. So it's not that I'm super ashamed. It's just that, yeah.
What a video that you're like, oh, I just had to do it in a hurry or something, and
well, I put effort into it, but it wasn't like hair and makeup, stuff like that, and a wardrobe issue, and also so I did film a piece of it at a garden. It just, everything about it wasn't the best, it could have been better, though I'm not completely ashamed. It's just not. Well, the audience liked it. The audience in the crowd, oh wow, they really liked it. But we talked about those oh wows though earlier. The crying.
True, but that shows your authentic side as well. So if it's like a natural look, or if it's a natural whatever you're doing, that helps or provides the authenticity of who you are. So I think it's a win-win situation. I feel like a lot of things I'm sure that we have out here on past photos or what have you. We're so critical of ourselves, but a lot of other people, they probably do like it. So I think you're fabulous. You're beautiful. So
thank you.
You're welcome. So what's one challenge you faced in the music industry that helped shape who you are today?
Oh, it shaped me a lot. People, it's gatekeeping and fake knowledge. So a lot of people, they tell you, like, they basically tell you as an artist, oh, you're missing out on money and all of this stuff. That, oh my God, please show me how to attain it. Game is sold, not told. Pay them. Don't tell you nothing. So like that happens a lot, and it's like I became an A&R, and I did manage artists at one time. So at one time in my career, the stuff that the opportunities I had just weren't for me, but I figured they would be great for someone else. So I started managing artists for a little bit. I actually got a girl a record deal.
Wow.
I had a male rapper. And he was in a rap group. They were really confusing, but he was really good, and he knew Tupac. He was way older than me, but He would book his own shows too. I'm getting a little sidetracked, but some of the knowledge that I knew, I shared it in an appropriate manner. Sometimes you walk up to people and tell them, but I try not to do that. But I would help artists in that regard. And one day, one of my artists helped me back. One day, one of my artists, he put me in a studio session with one of Joe Jackson's artists.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, Joe Jackson. I quizzed him on it and everything to make sure he wasn't lying, even though he showed me the contract. Like, yeah, this is my contract with Joe Jackson. He showed me pictures with him and Joe Jackson, the Queen. I'm like, well, you know all these people. I told you my manager, Joe Jackson. I said, look, I love Michael Jackson. Let's finish this song because I was meant to marry Michael Jackson. So just when we finish the song, please give it to Joe Jackson. And, so that was an opportunity. It didn't end well, not because of him, but I never got to finish it but nonetheless, the artist that I helped me back.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? People should consider that more often, especially now with social media becoming an influencer overnight.
Yeah.
You got to remember, it's not just you in this world.
Right.
So someone helped you out. You helped someone else out. Someone liked your video. Someone clicked the save button to help push it through the algorithm.
Right.
You didn't do it yourself. You can tell yourself you did it all yourself. You can get all those positive affirmations, but somebody looked at you. Somebody gave you a chance. The only difference is on social media. You don't see who does it all the time. So I try to help other artists too. That is not easy.
Right.
And for the most part, I've kind of quit. But I had the opportunity to be an A&R. And at first I was so happy because I thought artists would be happy, because you'll be surprised how many artists do not have ASCAP or BMI or SASAC or anything like that. And I'm just trying to show them the basics of how to collect your royalties. In no way am I saying I'm an expert. There are royalties that I don't get because I do not know everything. I'm just showing them some of the basic steps, particularly steps that people did not share with me. Because several times in my youth, people kept saying, first of all, they told me to just sign up. Well, tell me how to just sign up. You just sign up. Okay, well, I tried to do it and nobody would help me. Sometimes with kids, you need to sit with them and show them yourself. They got to type it in themselves, but show them where to go, because I went to BMI.com. It wasn't broadcasting music. It wasn't that. It was body mass index.com.
Right.
Like,
I know.
Like, so like I try to help other artists too, because some of the business aspect, once again, I do not have it all down pat. I do not. And some things are easier for other artists. The things that are easy for me might not be easy for you. For me, it was hard to sign up from the very beginning, not to collect royalties, but to just simply sign up. That was extremely hard for me. That might not be hard for someone else. They might need help with photo shoots.
Right.
They might need help with photo shoots, but collecting, publishing, and all that might be easy for them, because these are the other hats we have to wear. Somebody might have anxiety. And so speaking to people might be extremely hard for them. While another artist, they can talk to someone really easily, but they can't compose, and they're always getting scammed or ripped off by someone who makes beats or someone producing them, because they need help with more of the composition aspect of the music. So I mean, there's different areas, and luckily I went to a lot of performing arts schools, and the creative part is easier for me. But some of that signing up stuff, that's not easy for me at all. And plus, also too coming up. So we were scammed. When I say we, I say my family and I, because my mother,
Mm.
I signed with an agent when I was just a toddler. Like when I
Mm.
was telling you I was singing and stuff, like I was acting too. And we had an agent, and the agent stole my mother's savings.
Oh my
So
God.
we have been very skeptical in my families for so long. We never went on websites because it could be a scam.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I felt like, well, if I went to one website and I said, well, if it's a scam, it's on me, right?
Mhm.
And it turned out that that website was not a scam, and luckily I got booked within 3 days of signing up to that website. So yeah, and that was because it's just my family and I, we have fears of that. You know, you
Mhm.
don't trust these websites. You don't, because people can put an ad in a newspaper with their business license. That don't mean they're not gonna scam you. Lawyers
Right.
scam people, and they pass the bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, yeah. So
Anybody can
mhm.
scam you. I don't mean to cut you off, but the moral compass, it depends on the moral compass of where it is,
Yeah,
you know. But I'm glad that you persevered through that, and you're here today
yeah,
with such wonderful, beautiful music. So, speaking about, you were saying you were a toddler. Let's go back, right? Give yourself, excuse me, your younger self, one piece of advice at the start of the music career. What would it be?
keep singing.
Mm,
Not the best advice, but it just, I love singing so much. Like, just don't stop,
yeah.
because it was something that I always did, was never a problem. And
Mm,
so sometimes you don't feel like singing. I believe I went a few years in my life where I didn't sing at all. And then the
uh,
reason I started singing again was because I had a boyfriend, and I played him I had a song that I recorded a few years, like years before I stopped singing. He said, "That ain't you singing." I said, "Yes, it is. That's me." Like, you don't know me? Like, because he didn't know I sing. And I tried to sing. Do you know my voice just went, I'm like, and he still to this day do not believe that that was me singing.
wow.
Like, that's me. So
wow.
as soon as I heard myself, I said, "No, we don't do that. We never sound that bad." I don't know who that was coming out of my mouth, but the next day I said, "No, I'm back. Eyes is back. Eyes is back. We go. Where's the studio?" Well, I bought me some studio equipment. I enrolled in an Audio Institute of America just to make sure
wow.
I can have some money or something. No, we not doing this. I'm singing. We finding someplace for me to. I call my auntie. Can you teach me a song, please?
right.
Like, I was singing. I had to, because this, that, I don't know what came out of a horn, a megaphone. I don't know what that was, but I
Was
said, that's never happening
it
again.
a synthesizer? Must have been a
Yeah,
synthesizer.
yeah, yeah. A talk box. I don't know.
oh
Yeah,
wow. Maybe you were just nervous, or you were just
yeah,
how
that's
it
true.
came out, like on the spot, like,
Yeah.
hey, I wrote, this is my voice. This is really me. And
And then
so
I couldn't get it back. Like I was like, yes, it is. See, it just wasn't coming out. It wasn't coming out.
it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
we all go through this, like the nervous system is really interesting, and how
Mm,
our body functions, right? Because like you're telling it one thing, but like by default it's doing another thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I know that I want to run, but I know I shouldn't run because of these knees.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like in so much pain. I'm like telling myself, yes, you can do it. You can. Nah, we're gonna just walk it out. We're gonna do walks, not running. I love
Yeah.
running, but so it's one of those things. But wow, that's a very interesting story.
Thank you.
So your online presence, right, is very magnetic. You have it's kind of like we're mirroring each other. You have a bubbly personality, and I'm really enjoying it. By the way,
Thank you.
it's so good to meet people that have like a real high vibe. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
not a lot of high vibe people out here.
Mhm.
So for
Okay.
sure. So how do you stay authentic while also keeping your fans engaged across your all the platforms that you have? And also, before I forget, because I have this on my mental thought here, your website, and then we'll show this as well to folks. But your website, it has your music, um, with your demo, which I was really impressed. It gave like the demo, a snippet, and where people can purchase or what have you. What led you to come up with that type of setup?
Oh yeah, so the person I work with who made that website, she definitely suggested putting a song just for people to listen. Um, and I'm glad that you listened to it. That lets me know that people they click play sometimes because I can't tell. So yeah, well, thank you for listening. And yeah, like you know, someone I have multiple websites now. So because I'm not gonna get too deep into this, but not too long ago, someone stole my website, and
Wow.
she really thought that people who were looking for me would be happy to see her. Um, Yikes! There's people out on the internet that do stuff like this, and so I had to make more websites.
Wow.
Even though everyone was used to going to my main website, and uh, yeah, and so now I have multiple websites to make up for that one issue.
Wow.
So yeah. But I'm glad you listened to that one. I like that website. But also too, when it comes to having multiple websites, um, sometimes you don't want to take everything down and start over
Right.
because I have so many news updates on my main site, which is itseyes.com. I have so much news on there, but I don't want to get rid of it. Like I want to keep it all up there. Like I can keep adding, but at this point, there just adding. There's just like a bunch of stuff that you look at because I'm not some advanced techie. I don't really know how to make websites. I'm using an app, like a thing, to get me
Right.
started in the right direction. And I used to make little websites for other. Once again, sharing the knowledge, making websites for other people, but it would be simplistic, not overly stimulating. But yeah, so the SEO rank, you know, I appreciate the blogs, the
Mhm.
people who feature me in their blogs, and people like you. Thank you for having me on your show. People who allow me to be on their platform. Without everyone who allows me to be on their platform, I wouldn't have an SEO rank. So
Mm.
I'm really appreciative. One time I was mediatakeout.com. I actually met someone who wrote a story about me in real life, and we are good
Wow.
friends to this day. Yes, that's how I found out who he was. And then I met him online again through a musician website where they book talent. And
Ah.
and he booked me for a show, and I thought he booked me for the show because he wrote about me on his website, and I
Uh-huh.
actually sent him an email thanking him, but he never got it until a few days before he met me, and he
Oh.
didn't believe it was really for me. He thought it was a scam.
Oh.
And then so when I was talking to him after the show, I'm like, oh yeah, well, I know why you booked me. I didn't actually say that, but that was the vibe. Like, yeah, just say you wrote about me or one of my fans. Like, it's like, oh, really good to see you. I'll see you next time. Again, I'm like, what? But it turns out his friend wrote about me on his website. He didn't connect the dots until later. I had a business meeting with him. And I was like, yeah, well, I did. I sent you a letter like 4 months before I met you. He was like, oh, that was you? I thought it was a scam. No, why would it be a scam? I'm thinking he's one of my fans, and I brought him. I used to really. So that's another reason for the SEO rank too, because I used to really go out of my way for my fans. I had like this apple cider that said thelovelyeyes.com on it, eyes, and I gave him a bunch of my merchandise. I wasn't expecting him to just open it up and drink it in front of me and throw the bottle away. Like, but yeah, like I always do. I try to do lots of giveaways. I'm on it. I have an emailing list where I email a lot of my fans and people that I've done songs with, collaborated with, and I do giveaways through my emailing list, making sure everybody knows things first. But Instagram, I'm at Miss Eyes, by the way, everyone watching. That's my most popular platform. Instagram is easy to use for me, and it's I stay very social on there. I have booked gigs on Instagram. It's crazy because at the peak of that, some of the one of the first gigs I booked, I thought it was a scam. So, but I didn't want to like not show up and then I'll be the scam. So I kind of half-ass did it, and my hair was sticking out to here. I wasn't expecting anybody to be there, so I was like halfway eyes, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a real show. And there was like people there. I was like, and the promoter's like, hey, eyes. Like, I'm like, oh, hi. I tried to say something to excuse my hair, and I went to the bathroom, putting water in it, just trying to get it to come down. And I told my mom and my auntie in the car, like, oh no, it's a real show. I gotta come back and get my keyboard. Like, I mean, the rest of my stuff I already had my keyboard. I was like, gotta come back to the car. And I told my auntie, like, I was like, oh yeah, they're really in there. I thought it was gonna be a scam. It's a real show, but I don't look good. I don't have no makeup on. Well, just for my mom, just go in there. Like, it's nothing they can really do about it. We all the way in San Jose somewhere. Like, wow. And not only that, the promoter paid me. Wow. Like he said it, like, so it's like, so take Instagram seriously. And I know a lot of older people, because I know a lot of older people, like even with MySpace, I knew a guy who didn't want to use MySpace. Said, well, there's too many kids on there. But the kids is going to be paying you. Right. So you got to take it seriously. It's just that somebody had tried to book me on Instagram before and it was a scam or whatever. But this guy was legit. And he was still in high school. And he's booking artists off of Instagram. And I showed up with no makeup and my hair was out to there.
Oh, wow. Well, was that like your first paid performance?
It was my first paid performance on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my first paid performance on Instagram. I thought it was a scam and I didn't have on full face. And my hair was standing up, and I was just coming in just to say I showed up and no one was there. But lo and behold, it was a dope show. Wow. And I was not prepared.
Well, I'm sure that they were happy that you came and it turned out
hope so.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I wish I could, like, telling my younger self, and that wasn't that long ago. I say, no, go full face.
Right.
So you can feel confident. Oh. Comb your hair. Comb your hair.
But you know, a lot of times the shows that you have probably that aren't planned or like semi-planned or somewhat, I don't know what you want to call it, it turns out perfect, right? So we have this like thing in our mind saying, oh, this is how it's supposed to go and how I would love for it to look. But at the end of the day, it's just something different and it turned out to be beautiful.
Mhm.
I mean, that's how it sounds to me.
Yeah. Yeah, getting to meet them. I didn't look like, I guess because the no makeup and stuff, I don't think I look too much like my photos. I mean, I probably did, but who knows? You know, I tried to reach out to them several times after that.
Uh-huh.
Just didn't work out. But I'm very grateful for that show. But once again, that just lets you know the power of whatever platform is best for you.
Mhm.
YouTube, once again, like we said earlier, some things are better for certain artists. YouTube might be good for you. You might book all your gigs straight
Yeah.
off YouTube. But some people are probably, it could be Facebook.
Yeah.
but some people, it could be Twitter or X. But for me, it's Instagram, and that's where I stay in contact with everyone. That's where people, I post the 411 about what's going on. And sometimes, real news, I save that for my emailing list and then I work it out to social media. But yeah, like Instagram, that's where I book my gigs,
Mhm.
everything. And it's informal. So that's another thing I think why I stay connected to my fans. It's semi-informal.
Mhm.
Like it's just people are up whenever they're up, and that's when they start DMing people when they're awake.
Yeah.
So you can't just be like, hello, like, see, and that's another thing too. Like if someone DMs me, if I'm trying to connect with someone, how may I help you? Well, you can't now. It's not like that. It's Instagram. Come on. I'm not going into no fancy store. Oh, how may I help you? Nah, it's Instagram.
Right?
None of the people that have booked me have ever acted like that. Or that I have worked with have ever acted. If you start that, how can I help you? Like, nah, stop with the over professionalism. No.
Do you have some gray poupon?
Yeah, great coupon out here. Just ketchup and mustard. This
Dr-
Instagram.
Drinking my tea.
Yeah,
Where's my crumpets? Okay, let me stop.
yeah. They want tea and crumpets. Like, no, it's Instagram. You don't do that on Instagram.
Right.
No, you talk to people on Instagram. It's social media.
Right.
It's social media.
Oh gosh, that's
Oh, it's
funny.
very nice to meet you, sir. Why on earth are you on Instagram?
Oh no. Oh my gosh. It's really funny. And then you have like the opposite end of the spectrum. I won't even get. I won't even go there. Yo, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
yo,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, bro.
you have the good day off, and then you have like, yo, bro, what's up? Let's work. Let's work. I
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
stand. I
yeah.
cannot stand it.
Sometimes
Let's
being
work.
too
Like,
ratchet. Sometimes like no,
like,
no.
like,
Because why are you assuming I'm gonna say yes? Why are you assuming? I am way too nice. I give way too many people a chance on Instagram because some of them did act like that, and it's like, see, that's why I should have never responded to them in the first place.
right. Let's work. Let's work. And I'm like, work on what?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I had to take a swig there. But it's really interesting, yeah, the whole social dynamic. And I feel like everybody has to, which is there's no problem reading a script, there's no problem doing it a certain way,
Mhm.
but it has to be your way, you know? Because at the end of the day, you could take a information from someone and digest it and read it like a robot, or you could just take the information and make your own way, right? And I think that's the social dynamic that's missing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah, doing it your own way can be helpful because doing it my way happens to work for Instagram.
right.
I have a short attention span. Instagram is a short attention span place.
Yeah, I like Instagram.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, me too.
so what can fans expect right after Sugar or any upcoming projects, collabs, tour
Yeah.
plans, all that good stuff?
I wish I had some tour plans. If anyone has plans for a tour for me, you hit me up.
Okay. As they
Okay.
when they go like this these days.
Yes, yes. So I do have music. So I just released a song called It's the One. And I just performed it on Artist Expression that comes on Channel 26 in Palo Alto. And the song It's the One is a lot like what we talked about earlier about, you put in all this hard work, but someone gets rewarded for not only minimal behavior, but for bad behavior. Sometimes, you do the right thing, you do the upright thing, you go above and beyond to try to do things within the law. You try to do things within whatever spiritual or religious law you believe in. You try to do everything right. You try to be thoughtful, but you get treated as if you some mobster. Oh, like, I didn't know it's against the law to breathe on public property at 7 p.m.
Right.
But yet, this man got the machete just all over the place. Well, nobody's doing nothing to him, but it's mostly in regards to music. It's not just the music business, but just sometimes music in general. Just for like example, like I said earlier, somebody could just be singing along. Let's exaggerate the story. Let's say they did hear me hum or sing, right? And I'm a professional. It could have been an aria. It could have been a Janet Jackson song. Mariah Carey hit the high notes. But this man, come on, he just getting off work, trying to relax, singing all off key. Your voice is so beautiful. I have to sign you to my record label. We're working with Clive Davis at the Grammy Museum, and I have to have you meet with him. It's like, really? Like, this happens a lot to artists, not just musicians, painters. We get overlooked for so many things sometimes, and it gets devastating. I'm laughing about it now, but a song isn't funny at all. It's called It's the One, so it's that one. It's not, you didn't just overlook me, but you rewarded someone who probably don't even like you, who don't want to do it. They just was happen to be singing, and they have you're gonna have this person paraded around the most prestigious music magazines with no appreciation for the Billie Holidays, the Mozarts, the Vivaldis, none of that. But you're gonna parade this person around, no respect for the art. So it's just funny because it's that one. They didn't just sign somebody over you. No, they signed the worst part, one of the worst people they could sign. I know we like to say the joke is on them, but how would that make you feel if you've been waiting your whole life for it? And that, and it happens. It still happens. Not just to me, but I'm sure other artists too. It sucks sometimes being an independent artist. It really sucks. I'm gonna tell you, most of these independent artists, they'll probably get on your platform and say, "Oh yeah, I'm independent. I'm proud." No, you didn't want that. Growing up, you wanted to be signed like everybody else was. You want a record deal because you want people to know who you are. You want your music to be on the radio. You want to sell 1 million records like the musicians you saw.
Yeah.
You know, so being independent isn't truly a choice for everyone unless you've been there, done that.
Right.
Yeah, you want to be one now, but
Well,
that's no easy feat.
yeah, it takes a budget, it takes that
Yep. Hmm.
or like you said, a record deal, but then you have to read the fine print and
Yep.
get a lawyer, get somebody that knows what you're signing. It's one
Hmm.
of those things. For sure. Well, let's go to this bonus round.
Okay.
All right. Piano or microphone? This or that? Piano or microphone?
Well, you have to use a mic. You have to mic the piano. You gotta mic it, unless the room.
I'm done. Okay. No, you know what? You gotta make your so
You're trying to say singing
you're
or piano.
you're making your own answer, which is good. That's good. Hey, that's thinking outside the box. I love that. So
Hmm.
both, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but I mean, I guess if I had to, singing, but it's so hard because part of my singing style comes from playing the piano too. So they're in sync with one another.
Yes, I love that. Studio session or live performance?
Oh, studio session.
Okay.
People people will remember how a performance made them feel,
Yeah.
but a studio session will last.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Okay. I like that. Making me think. Uh, vintage glam or life as a futuristic fashion.
Ooh, glam, classic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I figured. I figured that much.
Okay.
Writing solo or collaborating with others.
Riding solo.
Okay. Hey, I'm not judging here. um, heels or sneakers on stage.
Well, that's what made it tough on stage. I mean, it depends on how long the show is.
Right? I like that. So if okay, give me an answer. Like X number of minutes.
Yeah, so for a 15-minute show,
Okay.
heels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sneakers for a duration of an hour or so, right?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I
Sleep it up.
prefer the heels,
Okay.
but they're not always practical for the type of shows that I've done in the recent past. So
Mm,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Late night recording or early morning inspiration.
Late night recording. That's where all the inspiration comes from.
Okay.
You know?
Coffee or tea before a show.
Tea.
Okay.
Mhm.
Instagram, Reels, or TikTok.
Instagram.
That's what I was gonna think. Um, ballads or upbeat anthems.
Upbeat anthems.
Okay. Pop princess or soul queen.
Popcorn.
Ah, pop queen. I like that. Well, let's show the audience. I'm gonna pull up your information here so folks can reach out to you.
Okay.
Um, so right here is her Instagram,
Oh,
Miss Eyes, and I believe this is your performance, right?
yeah.
Okay. I don't want to get flagged. I think lately I've been getting flagged and playing the artist's music on
Hmm.
YouTube. And let me go ahead and go to your link tree so that way folks can see where to find you. Um, let's see here. Okay. So this is her link tree. Again, it's at Miss Eyes, and you can also pull it up in Instagram to get to her link tree. But I wanted to pull this up because I like the way it was set up. So let's go ahead and do that. And then if there's anything else you want me to show, I could
That's
do
it.
that.
I mean, I have a YouTube channel, Eyes Pop Music, so EYEZ Pop Music. Um, yeah. I go live on YouTube a lot, and then I hide them
Oh,
because a lot of those lives, it's kind of spontaneous.
yeah.
The last time I was on there, like some weird stuff happened at the end, like because
Uh-oh.
I noticed with YouTube when I go live, it's never my subscribers who are there. It
Oh.
is people who are just looking for live videos, and I appreciate them coming in,
Mhm.
but I don't know who these people are and what they're
Mhm.
expecting, and some of them are expecting some very derogatory stuff.
Oh.
I don't know where these people came from. Hey, Sandy.
How are you doing? Thank you for joining.
Hey, Gail! Oh my God! Everybody's coming in.
Yes. Thank you so much. I apologize if I'm not shouting you out. There's some folks on Instagram as well. So shout out to everybody. So many
Hi.
to name. But so here's her YouTube channel. Make sure
Yes,
you
that's
like,
my YouTube.
subscribe, and
Yeah.
let's see here. So she has her videos, her shorts. Oops. Oh
Oh yeah.
wow.
So that's the with me with the green feather.
Uh-huh.
That's from the Barbary Coast Review. We're
Oh,
having our
okay.
anniversary this year. So those who are fans of the Barbary Coast Review, stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram or any platform you like, or join my emailing list. I
Mhm.
might have a surprise for you for all of the fans of the Barbary Coast Review. Okay. I
Yay.
hope you enjoy what surprises we have coming up in the future.
Oh, wonderful. Well, with that being said, ma'am, is there any advice or anything you would like to tell the audience tonight? Maybe if somebody wants to be a pianist, a singer, songwriter.
Yeah, so for me, I have ADHD. So I'm never just going to be sitting there practicing. I will sit there and play or experiment. It doesn't matter if that's your style or not. Like if you don't have ADHD and you don't have a problem practicing, continue to practice. If you're just gifted, practice in whatever way you want to practice. Um, I didn't get to where I am not practicing, but don't be ashamed of yourself. Like if you don't practice an hour a day, or sometimes it just takes 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Try to practice. Sometimes we can't always practice, and I have developed other ways of how I get my practice in. So
Right.
try your best, just keep up with your artistic integrity. So keep up with your artistry so that your artistic integrity won't be over, because people will challenge that.
Mm.
People will challenge your artistic integrity, and if you have some, it won't be challenged. So keep practicing, even if it's just basic stuff you think and you're just
Mm-hmm.
going over it. Because no one can take that away from you. I'm the youngest person on both sides of my family, and my mother, my aunties, elderly, but no matter what, they still have all that talent. They still
Mm.
have all those skills, and no one can really take it from you.
Mm. I love that.
Mhm.
Alan said, I decided to watch you instead of football. Well, thank you so much,
What?
sir. We
Why,
appreciate
thank
you.
you. Oh my God. I feel very honored. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that being said, I'm not gonna hold you hostage because I can talk. No, but we should do another episode. In regards to your next song and what have you, that maybe within a few months or so. So we'll check back into it. And I know before you go, how was your experience here at Endano 360?
I loved it. I got to tell you all this stuff.
Right?
Like, I had a great time. And you laughed at my jokes.
Hey.
Don't you know people don't laugh at my jokes and I just have to sit there and quietly just let the laugh go? Thank you for laughing at my jokes. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Look, I laugh at my jokes, so
that's good because we're both funny.
We're
very funny.
Life can be serious, right? So we have to find some happiness and joy and sunshine, which you have. So don't forget that when I said, like, seriously, we need a lot more people like you that have that vibrant light, because there's just, it's a dull place sometimes when there's no sunshine, right? So we have to line the crowd up, which you're doing, and I'm so proud of you. And thank you for dedicating your time, for your music, your artistry, and just giving people hope. So, well, with that being said, thank you for joining me tonight. This has been a broadcast of Showing Love Full Circle between NNO 360 and Miss Eyes. And don't forget to tap in and support the Unity for Social Justice. Let's free Monster Yo, Prentice Banks, and Jay Burton, and all our brothers and sisters that need our support. This has been, again, love. And I appreciate you so much, ma'am. Okay. And come back whenever you want to. Tag me, share your content. And this goes also for all the artists out here that are trying to make a way, because I know it's difficult. So I'm here for you and supporting people and just trying to get the society to just really show love, because it's been a rough time, between COVID and between all these different things that we're dealing with in day-to-day's crisis. So with that being said, enjoy yourself and be safe, okay? Much love.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
And don't forget to tap in and watch the new film documentary. It's really a movement called Put the Guns Down, A World Epidemic, produced by Ice-T and directed by Terry C. Carney Sr., director of the film documentary Put the Guns Down, A World Epidemic. And if you guys haven't tapped in yet, please, please, please be sure to go on Apple TV, Prime Video, Google TV. Make sure that you check out the film, okay? Put the Guns Down, an world epidemic. And we need to work together for this movement. So I'll see you tonight. Annette, warm-hearted warrior diva at In the Know 360. Love you guys. Mwah.